So Toby puffed back into the Whistling Woods, all by himself. Toby chuffed further and further.
I'm not scared of the Whistling Wood. I'll puff straight on like Thomas would.
Then he heard another strange noise.
Pumping pistons. What's that? These woods are far too scary.
So Toby huffed his hardest out of the Whistling Woods, straight into the 4 freight cars James and Thomas had shunted. Toby was upset.
Trembling trucks! I'm sorry.
Once again, Thomas wanted to help his friend Toby.
Toby, let us help you puff through the woods.
We can puff through with you.
Toby really wanted James and Thomas's help, but he still thought old engines couldn't ask young ones for help.
No, thank you.
So Toby puffed back into the Whistling Woods all by himself. He clickety-clacked along the track.
I'm not scared of the Whistling Wood. I'll puff straight on like Thomas would.
Then Toby heard the strangest noise of all.
Trembling trams! What's that noise?
Toby's boiler bubbled and his wheels wobbled. He pumped his pistons and raced back out of the woods, straight into the 6 freight cars Thomas and James had shunted. Toby felt terrible.
Oh, no! This is a disaster! I've spoilt your freight cars. The Duke and Duchess won't get their coal on time. And I'm an old and scaredy engine.
Toby looked at his friends. They weren't calling him a scaredy engine. Toby could see they were worried for him.
I'm sorry. I thought an old engine couldn't ask for help. But now I see that you're never too old to ask for help. Please, will you puff through the Whistling Woods with me?
Thomas and James were happy to help.
Of course, Toby. Follow us.
Soon, Toby's freight car was full of coal. Then, Toby followed James and Thomas into the Whistling Woods. Slowly, Toby, Thomas, and James chuffed and puffed along the track.
There's my friend, the snowy owl.
The snowy owl flew above their heads. It was sweet and fluffy.
Oh, my!
Toby couldn't believe he had been scared of the friendly owl. Then, Toby heard another noise.
What's that?
It's the Woodland Waterfall. Look!
The waterfall was wonderful. It tinkled and sparkled. It clattered and splattered on the stones.
Buffers and bumpers. That's beautiful.
Then, the engines heard a noise that was very, very strange.
What's that?
It's the wind whistling through the woods.
It's the Whistling Woods.
Toby smiled. He wasn't a scaredy engine anymore. He was very happy he had asked his friends for help.
I may be old, but now I'm happy.
And Toby smiled all the way to the Duke and Duchess's house.